This is the Juneteenth celebration. Can you hear me out there? I want you to repeat after me. Hey world, we are here to celebrate. We are here to celebrate freedom. We'll walk that walk. We'll talk that talk. We'll be that be. And we'll see that see. And we'll do that do. And we'll touch that touch. We'll see that see. We will love that love. And we will struggle that struggle. Right on, right on. Right on, right on. Right on. All right.
We're the Gospel Inspirators of Austin, Texas. I must say that we're very happy and very proud and honored to be here this morning, and very honored that our Mayor Pro Tem, Jimmy Snell, invited us. Thank you.
Emancipation Proclamation was handed down over 100 years ago. It was to free Negro slaves. And after 100 years, you and I are still caught up in our freedom, trying to make sure that not only we free ourselves, but we free America. Because if America is going to be free, we going to help it to become free. Yeah. We're not only going to free America, but I've decided that we got to help free the brothers and sisters in Africa as well. My brothers and my sisters, to emancipate, when the Emancipation Proclamation came down, it set forth a rule, a regulation, that our forefathers and foremothers were to at least have the freedom to do something about their lives to the extent that they would not be slaves anymore. To emancipate not only means to have rules and regulations, but to emancipate means, and certainly at this time, as well as in the past, that you and I can enjoy ourselves as human beings, as black people. And if we're not enjoying ourselves, it's something wrong with us. You know, I really pity the brothers and the sisters who say that they're not going to celebrate the 19th of June. They got problems. I want to tell you something. The real issue at hand here today is whether or not we're going to continue to move ahead, whether we're going to continue to pull things off, or whether or not we're going to be apathetic, complacent, or we going to think we got it made. Let me tell you something. Ain't nobody got it made until all of us have it made. This is why Jimmy Snell is so important. You see, this is why it's so important that he's here today, because he relates to the brothers and sisters, and he relates to all people. Some people think that when they get a high position and when they get a high office, that they can forget the people that put them there. But I want to tell you something. Anybody who does not relate to the people who put them there ought to be put out of office. You see, you and I know what it's like to go through so much in life. We have gone through so much until we have now reached a point where we're going to make sure that those black people, no matter who they are, and those white people, no matter who they are, who think that everything is all right, we're going to make sure that they understand that it won't ever be right until I have the right and you have the right to do everything that we want to do at any time that we want to do it. I'm going to tell you something. Don't go to sleep, people. Black people went to sleep not too long ago, you see. And some are still asleep. That's right, brother. That's going great. Go and preach my sermon for me. Some are still asleep. But it is your responsibility and my responsibility to wake our brothers and sisters up to the extent that they realize that if it hadn't been for our fathers and our mothers, our grandfathers and our grandmothers, that you and I would not be as far as we are today. Thank God for the senior citizens. Somebody said to me not too long ago, you know those old people, they just keep getting old and not doing anything. Well, let me tell you something. I know a lot of older people that are doing a lot more than a lot of other people are doing. And I want you to know something. A lot of people had to scratch their heads and shuffle their feet for you and me so that we could make sure we didn't have to scratch our heads and shuffle our feet. The time has come for us to realize that we don't have to scratch our heads and shuffle our feet no more, because our mothers and fathers and our grandparents did it for us. And now we are men and women, black men and women. To be emancipated means that you got your head together. To me, emancipated means that you think and you feel. To be emancipated means that when you're thinking and feeling, that you know that first of all, you can accept yourself for what you are, and you can say, I am somebody. I'm black and I'm proud. To be emancipated means that you and I got the kind of rhythm that sets us in motion, where as we move along, we know that nobody can stop us, because we are people that have been eaching along too long, and we're not going to each along no more. We're going to run the race and make sure that we win. You see, to be emancipated simply means that you and I not only have the rhythm of our lives and our heads together, but it means that you and I can stand up no matter where we are and declare
that we are going to do something with the world, that we can change the world, that we are changing, and that we're going to make sure that everybody else changes. And I'm telling you, when Richard Nixon and Watergate, the FBI, the CIA, the Internal Revenue Service have to be now interrogated, put out of office, I know that something's going on. You and I. You know, I just said the other day, thank God for Richard Nixon. Because all of a sudden, white folks began to realize that they were as corrupt as they could be. They thought that only blacks were corrupt. They just sent us to prison. But I want you to know something. There are many people who are not emancipated today because they are in prison. There are no walls around them, but the walls that they keep around themselves makes them prisoners at this time in their lives. You and I have now come to a time where we can do something with our own lives. But to do something with our lives, we got to remember that when we talk about emancipation, I want to translate it in another term now, which we identify as that which is most significant, and that is liberation. To be liberated. To be liberated simply means that you and I are at a point in our lives where we've got self-definition. And when you got self-definition, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Let me give you an illustration. Every once in a while, I see now more black folks having to go to psychiatrists. There was a time we didn't have to go to psychiatrists. There was a time we didn't jump off of bridges and kill ourselves. Something's going on. You see, when you're liberated, you extend yourself to the family of humanity. When you're liberated, you extend yourself to your brothers and sisters. When you're liberated, you don't worry yourself to death where you have to go and jump off bridges to the degree that you don't know what's going on in life. When you're liberated, you can walk the bridge of troubled waters and keep on going. When you're liberated, my brothers and my sisters, you got to have self-definition. And self-definition, you know, some of the psychiatrists don't even know what it is to have self-definition. They're always trying to define us, but they can't define themselves, you see. Let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. The time has come when you talk about liberation, you talk about that which makes sure that we take care of each other. And to take care of each other is to be aware of ourselves and to be aware of the world in which we live. So we got to take care of each other. I know that there are some times that we get tired and we get lonely and we get downhearted and we get weary. But walk together, children. Don't you get weary. Keep on moving, children. Don't you get sad. Keep on walking, children. Don't you let that hostility and anger pull you down. Keep on doing what you got to do, children, because when you do it, nobody can stop you. You can keep on going, and people will be able to say, what manner of man or woman is this? And all you got to do is hold up your hand and say, watch me. I will not tell you. I will show you what manner of man or woman I am. I'm getting hot now. Yeah, I'm beginning to get a little funky now, a little sweaty. Yes. When I start that, Brother White, I'm ready to go. You hear me? You see,
when you've got yourself together, then you know that you don't have to stay any longer as a people by yourself. It means that a term that I use, that you can be in contact. And to be in contact is not only to be in contact with yourself and with your brothers and sisters, but to be in contact is to be in contact with white people and brown people and yellow people and red people and foreign people and people wherever they come from. To be in contact means that you know yourself and you know others and that you're not afraid to face them, to relate to them, to respond to them, to understand them, knowing full well that when you get in contact with them, they're going to be seeing something that they never experienced before in their lives, you see. When you experience each other, then we'll be able to say to each other, I rejoice at what's happening to me. I feel good at what's happening to me. I dig myself and I dig the world in which I live. I want to warn you about one thing. Don't keep preparing to go to heaven or hell. You prepare for your life here on the earth and don't worry about all that other stuff. We got to live with each other now, brothers and sisters. You see, I'm going to tell you, I know I ain't going to be popular what I'm saying now, but I didn't come here to be popular in the first place. I'm saying to you, don't let your religion hang you up, because religion will hang you up, and you will be going on the rest of your life with passivity, being docile, not doing anything about yourself. But when religion is vital, it says to you, you are vital. You are somebody. Accept yourself. Do your thing. Pull it off. Love people and make people love you. My brothers and my sisters, I want to tell you something. If you're liberated, you will make sure that the Martin Luther King Boulevard becomes a reality in Austin, Texas. One of the problems in the D-South is that they have moved further than Austin, Texas. They got schools named after King. They got avenues named after King. They got recreation centers named after King. They're naming all kinds of things after Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. And here in Austin, you still sitting around deliberating about whether or not you want the avenue. If there are white people who have businesses on Martin Luther King Avenue who don't want it to be named Martin Luther King Avenue, you ought to boycott those businesses and make sure that they understand that it's your money that they put in their pockets. My brothers and my sisters, the time has come for you and me to know that the Emancipation Proclamation does not mean that we can now just say everything is all right, that the Negro slaves were free. The Emancipation Proclamation means liberation. And from now on, every Juneteenth, you celebrate it, because it's saying something about where you are and where your lives are. And I'll guarantee you that come next Juneteenth, after that parade and after this array in the program that we've had today and the rest of the activities today, I'll guarantee you that come next Juneteenth, you're going to be dealing with a large group of people, a huge crowd of people, because you the forerunners, have said we're going to pull it off, and they're going to have to follow you from now on. I would like to say then, in my closing statement, step that step, brother. Step that step, sister. Keep on stepping. Never let your step get out of time, because when you in time, you live in. Keep on stepping, brothers and sisters, because as you step, you got the world moving with you, and they're trying to understand the steps that you got. Make sure that as you step, brother and sister, that they not only understand, but they take your rhythm and march with you. Step that step, brother. Step that step, sister. Keep on stepping, children. Step, older people. Never let nobody tell you you can't step, because when you decide that they will let you know that you can't step, just step a little longer, step a little harder, step a little wider, step in rhythm, step in motion. Keep on stepping, brother and sister.
Let's go on in here for the Reverend Cecil Williams, homeboy. Right on.
Trouble's in my way. I just have to cry sometime. I have to cry sometime. Trouble's in my way. I just have to cry sometime. I have to cry sometime.
ago when we were picking cotton, you know, you'd be looking up and just praying to God that it would rain. And when rain would come, your mama wouldn't let you stop nowhere. You still have to pick cotton. So we're used to this. Don't run from this little water. You know, this is a happy occasion. As we roll down the streets and as we approach this place of celebration, there were some people who had tears in their eyes, and it's worth it. You know, it will, if you're a sentimentalist at all, it will bring tears to your eyes, because for so long, some people tried to take this chapter of our history out of the book. But I'm so glad that we're beginning to put this chapter back into the book.
I'm Erma Humpries from Austin Community College. Excuse me, Mr. Hayes, may we talk to you for a minute?
Yes.
Could you tell us what this parade is all about and the significance of Juneteenth?
Okay, this is a commemorating the Emancipation Proclamation of slaves in Texas. It occurred in 1865. And in the past, this has been quite tradition. But say, in a distant past, but say in the last 20 years in the cities, they've kind of gotten away from it. We're trying to revive that tradition.
Wasn't the Emancipation Proclamation signed in January, and then we were celebrating on the 19th of June, now called Juneteenth?
People in the eastern part and the southern part of the United States celebrated on January 1st because it was done in 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation. But it didn't get to Texas until a year and 6 months later, which would be 19th of June, 1865. In fact, even the Civil War was over when it got to Texas. And so people in this area usually celebrate it. They call it Juneteenth. It's in some parts of Texas, for instance, around Waco, a place called Comanche Crossing, they've been celebrating this one. It goes on for a week. We hope that this will be the initiation of that kind of a thing here for Austin, people in this area.
Is this the first Juneteenth parade?
No, we found in the records as far back as 1900 there were some parades here. This is the first one that I know of. I've only been here a short period of time, but from those who remember, they can remember back when they did have a parade. They did used to celebrate on Rosewood Park, but didn't have any parades, I don't think.
Could you tell me why you're participating in the Juneteenth parade?
Well, one, we were asked as the Corvette Club itself to participate in it, and also it's just like everybody else around the United States this year is celebrating their bicentennial. I think it's only appropriate that we celebrate our celebration, I should say the Juneteenth celebration, which is not really our bicentennial.
Why are you participating in the Juneteenth parade?
Well, we had started this club, which is an automotive club, just for pleasure and enjoyment. And this guy asked us to be in the parade, and we think it's a great honor, and it's great recognition for our club. Plus, it's good for our people and good for the public.
These are some of the Miss Juneteenth participants. We'll talk to each one individually. What is your name?
Terry Townsend.
How old are you, Terry?
15.
Why are you participating in the Miss Juneteenth pageant?
I was asked to represent the black people of Austin, Texas.
Thank you, Terry. What is your name?
Colette Callahan.
How old are you, Colette?
I'm 15.
Why are you wanting to represent Miss Juneteenth?
To represent the black people of Austin.
Thank you, Colette. What is your name?
I'm Sandra Washington.
Sandra, how old are you?
I'm 17 years old.
Why did you want to represent Miss Juneteenth?
Because to be one of the contestants, to be one of the contestants and to represent June 19th.
Thank you, Sandra. What is your name?
Elaine Thompson.
Elaine, how old are you?
I'm 15.
Why do you want to be Miss Juneteenth?
Because I feel that it would be a nice responsibility to represent the black people in Austin.
Thank you, Elaine. What is your name?
Lori Stevenson.
How old are you, Lori?
15.
Why do you want to be Miss Juneteenth?
I just like to be represent the black people and participate in a lot of different things.
Thank you, Lori. What is your name?
Marsha Medeiros.
How old are you, Marsha?
14.
Why do you want to be Miss Juneteenth?
Because I just want to be an honor and have an honor to participate in some of the Juneteenth activities.
Thank you, Marsha. What is your name?
Chandra Marshall.
How old are you, Chandra?
16.
Why do you want to be Miss Juneteenth?
Well, I feel it's an honor to participate in any of Juneteenth activities.
Thank you. Why are you here, sir?
Why?
Yes.
Have a good time.
What does Juneteenth mean to you?
Well, it's just a memory to me. It's something that we used to celebrate a long time ago, and it's my opinion that we shouldn't take this page out of our history. There's no way for us to take it out and keep the continuity of the achievement of the black people.
Is this the first Juneteenth parade you participated in?
In Austin, yes. But other cities I participated in, Waco, and Milwaukee and Dallas, and Houston, I think they had one year.
As a city council member, do you have any plans, long-range goals for the Juneteenth in the future?
I just would like to see it celebrated each year. I will encourage it as well, whether I'm on city council or just a citizen. I will encourage the participation in Juneteenth celebration. I think that now there are still a great number of black people who don't want to participate in the celebration of Juneteenth, and I say, well, it's left up to them. I don't feel bad about it. It's a personal thing. If you want to, well and good. If you don't, well, it's okay.
Why do you think they don't want to participate?
Well, some of them just want to forget about the things that they, it's not a good memory to some people. Therefore, they want to forget about it. But I don't see how you can actually forget it and want to actually remember how the black people have struggled so long to achieve some of the things that we have achieved.
Thank you, Councilman, and thank you for participating in Juneteenth.